Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome to the penultimate day of 30 days of sketches, and today is day 29. Well, we're working on day 29 and it's a sketch from Laura Cameron Whitfuller. Sorry if I've said that wrong. She's also known as Cactus Crew Scrapbooking as well, and it is a double page layout as you can see. However, I am just going to focus and do a single page layout, and I am working on the left hand side of this sketch. It's a really fun sketch, lots of border pieces, lots of ways that you can take it, and I am going for a Disney layout. So I have this A5 box that is rammed full of Disney ephemera. Literally, there is thousands and thousands of pieces in here. So I'm just going to rummage through that and use that. There is Simple Stories, Photoplay, Echo Park, Queen & Co, Scrapbook Customs, Doodlebug, literally there's thousands. So we've got that, and I've got my box of Disney 12x12 stickers as well, and some wood veneer, and that is it for embellishments. I have done a little bit of prep because we're trying to get through and we're using a lot of or rather we're using a background from Photoplay, A Day at the Park. And then I've also matted, or I will mat my photos on Photoplay paper as well. Now this collection had, this paper is sort of shiny and glossy. Don't know if you can see that. It's got like a shine to it. And it is heavyweight. I quite like it. But this is Colourplay, not Photoplay. It's the same company, it says photoplay.com, but it was marketed from Colourplay. Don't know if that makes a difference, but there we go. And then I've also fussy cut this out. This is a 12x12 piece, which I've just ripped off a bit. I don't know why I did that. I don't think it was 12x12. I can't remember now. Anyway, I ripped it for some, I think it was, yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, I am going to stretch that across the page, and I also have this, which is a little cut apart, and I'm going to use that in place of this thing up here. These are from Queen & Co, and I have gone through and border punched some pieces of pattern paper and cardstock with a scallop punch. So let us get our branding strip off. This is a fantastic sketch to use your scraps up, because you can just cut to your heart's content and use up loads and loads of strips. You could also use border strips, so your UPC strips, barcode strips. Yeah, all sorts of different options. So I've got this one, which is a film strip with some Mickey heads, and then we've got some red cardstock, some yellow and blue pattern paper. So let's get sticking these. I've pre-punched these because it did take a little while. It's not a quick process, of course. So there is that, and I'm just going to get these stuck on. So this is another Queen & Co. It's these cut apart words, which are really, really fun. I just need to, this film strip, which is my first one, is quite thin. Oh, and I've ripped it already. So I need to try and get this next paper underneath it, which I probably should have thought about before I started sticking it down like a madman. But there we go. Let's see if that's done it. Yeah. So that can just go there. And I haven't put as much adhesive close up for this next piece. Then we've got a bit of blue, another Queen & Co paper. I do love Queen & Co. I know that they're very much card focused these days, but they did do some good Disney-esque stuff. And Disney stuff, actually. Don't know whether they were licensed. I think so. Then we've got some red cardstock because it's Disney and you can always use red cardstock. So I've just used red textured basil cardstock. So this is some of them. So you've got like the Mickey head and all these words. I do have another one of these papers and the blue ones, which are both cut apart. And I know you're probably not surprised that I have another one. Okay, got that going on. Then we've got another red. And I've just used a scallop border punch rather than doing different borders. You could mix it up, you could do different borders, you could do alternating, you could do loads of different ones, you could do star borders, butterfly borders, so many different ways you could do this layout. That's what makes it so flipping usable. I will definitely use this layout again, and believe it or not, I think it's one of my favourite sketches. Okay, I actually am not going to use this one. I think we've got enough there. Okay, so for my photos, I was hoping they were going to fit around about here. Yeah, they just about fit. We're not going to actually have that much embellishment to do because we're not going to have that much space. I am going to tuck some embellishments in and amongst our paper. So that's going to go there. And then I just thought I liked the idea of using this cut apart so every character has a smile for you, because that is just so true, isn't it? Disney is definitely a place that makes everybody smile. And then we're going to map these photos. So I've got photos of us meeting, who's this guy? Goofy. I think this was at Epcot. I'm using another photo clay paper to mat these photos. So I've got one photo of the three of us with Goofy, and then I've got one photo of each of us shaking his hand. I did have anyway. I seem to have lost a photo. Not sure how I've done that. Well, that's peculiar. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so we've got three photos. I've done these 3.5 by 3.5. You could probably get away with doing them 3 by 3 and give yourself a little bit more room than I have given myself. There are no sizes on the sketch, and I am generally a fan of that. I'm not a fan where there are sketches excuse me, with sizes on, just because it's trying to limit your creativity. Obviously you don't have to listen to it, you can do your own thing, and I generally do. Okay, so I am overlapping these row of photos with the blue scalloped border, and that is going to give us our finished layout. Ta-da! So it's a very red and yellow heavy layout with a pop of blue, but I love it. Just going to trim off those edges, and that is, to all intents and purposes, our layout done. So I've pulled in some wood veneer. I'm thinking of covering that but that might be a bit too big. No, I'm going to do that. This is a Refined Creative wood veneer piece, which I am a big fan of. Big chunky camera. So that's going to go there. Probably not going to have room for all of that, to be honest, so I'll put that to one side and let's dive into some stickers. I think I'll focus on stickers for this layout, and I might start a Disney series to try and work our way through this mound of ephemera, because this is a ridiculous amount of ephemera, isn't it? Please tell me you guys have this much as well. It's not just me, is it? That's just Disney. Oh, honestly. I'm going to use this sign. I love this sign. This is Simple Stories, and I'm going to tuck that in there. So it's just a case of tucking a few bits and bobs in here and there. We don't need much. If you look on the sketch, there is this doily sort of shape here. I'm going to kind of ignore that. I've just taken my borders all along. I've also put them the other way, so they're pointing down, ours are pointing up. So we've pretty much done the sketch. Pretty spot on. So I'm just going to put my own spin on it to finish us off nicely. Now I'm going to add in a cloud there, along with a word strip. Let's have this one that says love there. That means 2 hearts. That doesn't work very well. Let's see. I've got this piece that says no. Got this that says collect moments. That's an ephemera piece. I am definitely more of a sticker kind of guy. What about you guys? Do you prefer your stickers or do you prefer your ephemera? I seem to reach for stickers before I reach for ephemera, and I know why, because it's easier, isn't it? At the end of the day, it is easier to pull out stickers than ephemera, because they're all on one sheet generally, and you can just dive right in, pick out, stick, done, bish bash bosh. Whereas I quite like that ampersand there, although it has no need to be there. This is actually cut from the packaging. I'm going to use that, I love that. Whereas with, let's say, ephemera, you've got to like look through it, decide what you want to use, dig around, and all of that malarkey. So that's why I always go for stickers before ephemera. But I think I need to focus, and I'm going to have a think about how we can focus on using up some of that ephemera. Now that 30 days of sketches is almost complete, I can have a think about that. I'm going to change that say cheese for this rosette. It's gold foiled and it says love, 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 love. And I just love that. Just love that. Love that. And then I'm going to pop this say cheese down here, because it sort of ties in with the film strip camera, kind of goes together. Then before I call it done, this is the collection that I've used for the background piece. So let's see if there's anything we want to use off here. They are big bits, but I'm sure there is something that we can use. Excuse me. So I'm going to add in a word phrase up here with the cloud. That just says we are here. Got a little photo op sticker that I'm going to pop up there, along with a wood veneer camera that I'm going to tuck in to our border piece there. And I think that's probably going to do it. It's quite a basic layout. There isn't much that I'm adding, but sometimes less is more, right? That's what people tell me. Okay, we've got photo play another day at the park, and this was their follow-up collection to a day at the park. So we've got a tab that says smile. We've got this one that says first timer, and I'm going to use that because it was my first time at Disney and Tom's. Then this moment was awesome. I'm going to pop that on here, and I think I'm going to call it done. I'm just going to add a couple of hearts and stars randomly on our border piece here, just to finish this off nicely. And then that is going to do it. Super simple, but a really fun sketch. So thank you to Laura, aka the Cactus Crew Scrapbooking. Don't forget to check out her. And that is it, guys. I will be back tomorrow, no, at some point, with the final day of series 12 of 30 days of sketches. I'm so excited that I've actually done all 30. And then I will be back with a final video, which will be a sort of layout share and going through all 30 just to show you them all in one video if that is your thing. So a couple more videos to conclude this series, and then we are done, and we are going to move on to a couple of new series and a refocus on the absolutely amazing Scrappy Cathy and Scrappy Backwards, Scrap Backwards, which I'm really excited to refocus my energy on because it's really important. So thank you so much for joining for day 29. I will see you for day 30 very soon. Bye for now.